Okay. Done venting. This is the Respecs sale bill for starting Monday, December 4th, running through the 10th. I have evaporated milk, $79. Oh, sweetened condensed milk. This is 3 days only. December 7th, 8th, and 9th. This strip here. But this condensed milk is 99 cents. Now the butter, save $1.70. No, $3 is what, that's $2.99 is my normal price. I won't pay more than that for it. Anyway, they have, this is lovely. The sweetened condensed milk. You pour it into a jar, cover it with water in a water bath. I mean, you put your lid on, your ring on. Excuse me, we're talking regular canning jars here. You pour it in there, let it simmer for up to 3 hours, and bring it to a boil. Get hiccups. Makes lovely. You open it up, pour it out, have lovely caramel for your apple slices, and it's, nice to have around the holidays. Okay. They have boneless, skinless chicken breast tenders. I'm assuming the tenders part is boneless, skinless breast chopped up. The boneless, skinless breast, that's a good price. Around here anyway. It's not a good price, period, but it is around here. So if you can get that at that price, that's good. And, if you get a few bigger packages of it, you come home, you do some meal prepping. I mean, you can just stick them in the freezer anyway, but anyway, you gotta think smart and make your money work for you. And they're ground chuck, which in West Virginia, it's ground beef. So, they're ground beef, which is very much, it will shrink in the pan. It's not the quality it used to be. It will shrink in the pan, have a lot of water come out, have a lot of grease come out. You do need to drain it now. You never needed to drain Respecs meat before. But the last year or 2 years, they've had a lot of changes in the last 2 years. But, it is a lot lower quality now. You have to drain it. You'll have a puddle. You'll have shrinkage. Anyway, that's on sale for $2.49 a pound for their watered beef. Why does Ohio have standards less than West Virginia? How's come West Virginia says this is not good enough to be called ground chuck? But hey, Ohio, when did Ohio change? That's weird. I need to know who to ask and who to write a letter to, because it's icky. Okay, cake mixes. 5 for $5. Time to maybe stock up on some of them. It is Pillsbury cake or brownie mix. That's good. The cheese is excelente. Respecs cheese. It says 6 to 8 ounces, which I always check the bags. I get the 8 ounce ones only. The 8 ounce shredded and the 8 ounce chunks. I actually haven't seen any in this sale that are 6 ounces. But it's 4 for $5. It makes them $1.25 a piece. Now, you go back to the Aldi ad from a little bit ago, a video back, and see, you've got the grape tomatoes, 99 cents. And that says per pint. See, little container. The tomatoes, the avocados for guacamole, the cheese free tacos, nachos, whatever. when we make Mexican food a lot, we make a general Mexican bar. Because we have, we get the corn chips at Aldi's for 79 cents a bag. And that's the way Mom makes her tacos. She puts in, she fries the ground chuck, adds taco seasoning, and a jar of Aldi's salsa, and she sometimes puts beans in hers, although I just realized I really don't know what kind of beans she uses. I don't know if she uses chili beans or not. I need to check that. Because I can my own chili beans, and now instead of buying the taco seasoning packets, I have been, I made a video on this. It's there somewhere. One of the 3 channels. I'm canning pinto beans, and it's super cinchy. The can, to can the dry beans are cheap, okay? Let's use the word cheap. Big old capital C. Do you know what that means? More bucks stay in your pocket. More bucks in the wallet caressing your bum if you're a dude. I don't have a wallet in my back pocket. I may have an interesting little haircut, but I'm a chick. My money goes in my bra. Anywho, the dry beans, super simple to can. You get a bag of dry beans. Doesn't matter if they're kidneys, pintos, northern beans, whatever they are, great northern beans. The Great White North. I don't know. Something in there. That's what I like for soup beans. And the white chili. Yum, 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 yum. I need to can some of those. They're harder to find, though, in like the bigger bulk packages. You can get pintos out the wazoo. Matter of fact, I need to... If I'd thought of it ahead of time, I'd have grabbed my I got a big bag of pintos. And I got those at Sam's Club, which is, part of Walmart. You do pay for your membership there, but got that. But the beans, to can them, you take like in a quart jar, you have 1 cup of beans, which the ratio is 1/4 the size of your container. I mean, you look through your beans, you sort them out, throw out any that look icky, take out any little rocks or anything like that, any other debris that's been packaged with them. You rinse them off, and you put 1 leveled cup into a quart jar, a 1/2 cup into a pint jar. But that's it. You put in your beans, and you can fill it up with water, which I use distilled, to 1.5 inches head space, because the beans are going to expand. 1.5 inches. But with my chili beans, I add in the seasonings, the spices, and 2 tablespoons, I believe, of tomato sauce. It's a lovely, excellent chili bean recipe. But now, I have started making the beans in pints, pinto beans still. I use pinto beans for chili beans, if I did not say that, but pinto beans I've been putting pinto beans in pint jars. They're cheap, they are so good for you, and you slip them into anything you can slip them into. And I have started, when I make my taco meat, I have started adding the jar of beans. And, it spreads it makes it go further, and you've got the beans in it. You've got that nutrition, that butt-kicking nutrition that we all need, and we're all lacking. The beans, it just adds mass to the meal and helps fill up bellies with good stuff. Anyway, in the pint jars, I add a pint jars now to my taco meat, and I've been making my own taco seasonings, and I thought, you know what, wonder, and see why not. So why not get the taco beans? When I put the taco seasoning in with the beans, if I'm going to add it to the tacos anyway. And they would be fine still to use in chili. You could use them like that, absolutely and for sure. You just wouldn't have the chili bean seasonings, just the taco seasonings. But, it would be a lovely addition. But In the pint jars, I do a half a cup of pinto beans. Then I add the equivalent of one seasoning packet of taco seasonings. Put them in there. Then I fill it up with water to 1.5 inch headspace. Then I can it. Then when I fry my ground chuck, or whatever it is that it is, and piddle with it and drain it, then I open up and I add my jar of beans. I don't drain them. I put them in, and you're supposed to add a little bit of liquid to the seasoning packet anyway. But I put it in when my hamburger is browned, which normally I've already got it browned and had it stuck in the freezer. So what I do to make tacos is I open a quart bag of fried hamburger that has salt, pepper, minced onion, sometimes fresh onion too, but minced onion and oregano, a little sprinkle of oregano, and sometimes a dash of red pepper flakes. Sometimes I may blast it with some Worcestershire sauce, sometimes some soy sauce, but usually, always, salt and pepper and minced onion and oregano. I open a bag of that. It's frozen. I dump it in my pan. Now you can just tear your bag and toss it in there. I freeze mine thin and flat, so it doesn't take long to thaw. I open up a bag, put the meat in my pan. I turn the pan on low and I dump in my beans. It's like, my meat's already browned. It's frozen. But I dump it in there and just let them they get hot. The hamburger thaws, they get hot. So I've got the meat and the beans and the taco seasonings all in there. Now, anything like taco sauce, each person adds that. Salsa, each person adds that. Whatever. And another little tip, if you've been to Taco Bell, they usually give you extra packets. Save that for taco night or Mexican night. This hasn't been about the Mexican meal, but anyway, between regular price at these places and what's on sale, we've got taco night all locked in for sure, and daggone, sounds good. We haven't had one in a while. It sounds really, really good. So we make some guacamole and have some tortillas. Tortilla chips with this. Borderline, south of the border, something, big bag at Walmart or Sam's Club for around $3. And they're good. And they're salty. Corn chips from Aldi's. With Mom's, they put corn chips on a plate. Sometimes cheese. And she normally sets out mozzarella and cheddar. Or mozzarella and taco cheese. Whichever she's got handy. But they sometimes put, if you put the cheese on your tacos, it starts to, it melts when you put the meat over it. But she puts her beef and bean mixture and the salsa, it's all in there. Beef, bean, and salsa mixture with taco seasonings on next. And then they can top it with some more cheese. But she normally has onions and tomatoes and lettuce chopped up, and she lays it out like a bar, and everybody kind of builds their own. Sometimes my son only has cheese and Fritos. Well, corn chips. Anyway, this has been a long rambling taco video. The pie crust are $1.39 at Aldi's. Chicken breast tenders, $1.99 at Reesbeck's. That says to me, make a pot pie. And that sounds really good. They've had their veggies on sale, but I didn't get them. Right now, the Green Giant in the boxes is 5 for $5. Healthy Choice steamers. Okay, that's a meal thingy. The Michelinas, little entrees, the frozen things, 89 cents. Some of the rice ones make a lovely side for a meal. So you might want to check those out too. But you look through and you find things that are a price that you don't mind paying for them. Or that you're going to go pay for them anyway. You see what meals you can put together. This week, like I said on the last video, this is not customer friendly. I hate the sale bills. Hate them, hate them, hate them. They didn't used to be like that. They were good for years and years and years and years and decades. Now we have this irritating thing, which probably one time out of 10, I just end up, I wad it up and think, okay, your paper is annoying me again. I will go elsewhere. It's just awkward and stupid. They have their assorted pork chops, $1.99. Pork loin country style ribs, $1.99. Good week to have barbecue pork ribs. I make my own barbecue sauce. Throw some baked potatoes in the oven. Let them actually bake in an oven for an hour, 350, with your pork chops. Or if you're going to do it slower, toss your potatoes in earlier. And the potatoes, scrub them, rub them with a layer of Crisco, or brush them with oil or butter. Wrap them in your foil. That'll keep the skin from drying out and being hard and weird and icky, and something you peel off. If you put something on it, it keeps it tender and it's lovely and locks in your vitamins for you. But anyway, those are so nice baked in the oven. And when you do a few extra while you're doing it, chop some up another day and fry them. Fry the potatoes with onion and sausage. Put some sausage in the pan, bulk sausage, like a roll. Use a half a roll or more if you're heathens like me sometimes. But to stretch your budget, use a half a roll, dice it up and brown it in a pan. When it's almost browned and you've got leftover baked potatoes that's, already baked, obviously, hence the name, baked potatoes, you chop them up. You add onion and green pepper in with your sausage. That's great. Throw in your potatoes that have already been cooked. Let it all brown together. Heat a can of peas. Toss a can of cheapy biscuits in the oven. You got good dinner, quick and in a hurry. Assorted pork chops. My son wants some of them now. I like to brown the pork chops, dip them in flour, and I fry in Crisco or oil. Brown them on both sides. They're not cooked, they're browned. Then mix up a box of the au gratin potatoes and a box of the scallop potatoes usually, because I usually only make this on New Year's Eve, and I'm making for bulk number of people, not 2 or 3. Anyway, I use a box of both. Now, depending on who else coming, sometimes 2 boxes of each. But, use it if you use a box of each, or, if you're just going to do one, whichever one strikes you. But a blend is nice. A box of each is good. And if you have leftovers, you can add some ground chuck later, some brown ground chuck. And, that can go into another casserole. Or ham. Use a box of each. And just, dump in all the liquid like you're getting ready to bake them. Put it in a casserole dish or a roaster. Roaster's good. But, you put that and you add your liquids in. And you, I don't add all the liquids, the milk that it calls for when I'm making them like this. I double the milk. I put that in with the little cheese packets and the potato slices. I put that in my casserole dish. I brown the pork chops on both sides and lay them on the potatoes. And just kind of, and sometimes bury them a layer at a time. Put the potatoes on top. I guess I usually put the meat in first, but anyway, then I make gravy in the pan with the drippings that's left. I add water there and make gravy. So instead of pouring in water for the potatoes, I make gravy with extra water, and I pour that all over it. It's so yummy. Not good for you. It's a once a year, maybe twice a year thing, but it's yummy. But you see what all you can work together. You see, like have the barbecue ribs. That's a good price. You just see how things can work together. Like potatoes. I already have potatoes here. Both Respecs and Aldi's have had excellent sales on potatoes lately. I bought some from both. And with the meat, normally what I do, see this, $4.99, $4.99, $4.29, $4.99, $3.49, $2.69 even. I may see what that is. I usually don't even, I look at the price and I move on. We don't have any mouth-watering thoughts. I see what's I see what is at an acceptable price for me, what I'm willing to pay. I go from there. The eye round steaks, that doesn't sound bad. Top sirloin steaks. I have, the other night, for my son's promotion, and moving into management, we bought some steaks, and they were $13.99 a pound. But they were good. It was good. Good. Anyway, let's see. DiGiorno pizzas, 2 for $10. You know, that's just not a great buy. It may be for the price of them, but when you can go to Little Caesars and pick up a large for $5, why go to the store and get stuff and bring it home and make it in piddle and, you know, when you can do it elsewhere for the same price? Still needs to be cheaper if you're going to do your own. Anyway, well, the price of Velveeta is just hideous. Okay. Oh, the long skinny loaf garlic bread, 2 for $5. Not a great price, and I normally don't buy it, only a couple times a year. Okay, looks like we're pretty much done with this paper. Yeah, nothing's striking me. I would get some of the orange juice, but, you know, it's for certain people of their club members only. The cheese is excellent. Stock up on cheese. And for whatever reason, getting a brick of mozzarella cheese and grating it yourself, it seems to be more than 8 ounces. You get an 8-ounce bag or an 8-ounce chunk. You end up with more cheese somehow if you grate it yourself. Anyway, those you can keep in the freezer. You know, make a pizza at home, right quick and in a hurry. Anyway, that's how you start meal planning. You know, you see what's there, what's on sale, what works, what you can do with it. And like the au gratin potatoes and with the pork chops that were on sale, which the potatoes, they were $1 each last week. Did I want some? Yes. Was it time to stock up? Yes. Did I remember and get any? No. Do your potatoes? If you have just a piece of leftover ham, you chop it, put it in the freezer, no big. You can put it in an omelet. Omelets are good. Omelets are for dinner, people. But you have a piece of leftover ham, slice it up, put it with your leftover potatoes. Add just a hair of milk to make them stirrable again. They'll be nice and creamy. Add some green pepper and onion if you didn't add it already. You can add some, like some frozen corn. You don't want any liquid from the corn in there, and canned corn just isn't that fabulous, but drain it if you have to add a can. You could add some frozen peas. You could add frozen carrots. You know, you could add mixed veggies. But you put that with the leftover potatoes and a leftover diced up piece of ham, you got another casserole in the oven. Another dinner. Just play with it. Make different meals. You see this is on sale. Well, here's a meal idea. That's on sale. There's a meal idea. And let's see. I normally get enough of this, so there's enough for this. Just make it work. Spread it around, toss them together, and combine them in different ways to make things interesting and to make things nice on your wallet. Good on your bra stuffings. Anyway, this has been long and boring. Hey, it's got 3 minutes before it shuts off automatically. Anyway, I'm enjoying my newly fixed room. I think it's cute. Looks good. Feels good. I'm vegging out in here. And rambling about menu planning. And obviously recipe ideas and canning tips and how-tos. Hope you find this useful. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Get up and make something. It's good. It's fun. And it's Sunday. Plan your meals for the coming week. Ciao for now.